Have you ever wondered how some people manage to stay in shape no matter how much they travel? At the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to maintain your body weight, maintain your body fat percentage, and maybe even lose some fat no matter where your travels take you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Now, before we get into how to stay in shape while traveling. My name is Gabe Pluguez. I've worked with over 502 men inside my coaching program, defaultkings.com. And these guys are entrepreneurs, they're business owners. They travel more than the average person. So the things I reveal to you in this video are gonna be the exact tactics that they use to lose body fat even when they're on the go at networking events or family vacations. So that being said, let's get into it. Now, while there are a ton of things that you can do to get your exercise in, even while you're traveling, the most important factor in this is going to be your nutrition. I mean, just think about it. There's a ton of people in the world who don't really lift weights, but they're not overweight. Everybody who's overweight and everybody who's chronically gaining weight is overeating. So yes, your workouts absolutely matter because that's gonna increase your activity level. That's gonna burn more calories. That's gonna allow you to eat more food without gaining fat. That's gonna build muscle. That's gonna keep you strong. But what leads to that vacation weight gain is primarily the overeating of excess calories. I mean, right now, just take yourself back in your mind to those moments where you did go on a trip, whether it was a vacation or a networking event or something like that, and you came back 5 to 15 pounds heavier. Think about the foods that you were eating that were out of the ordinary. At the time of recording this video, we just got back from New Year's, we just got back from Christmas, we just got back from Thanksgiving. And those are the times of year that people always blame for their weight gain. They say, you know, I put on all this weight during the holidays, but it wasn't this specific time of year that had anything to do with the amount of fat that they gained. It's the foods that people eat while they're traveling during this time of year that leads to them rapidly gaining weight. Maintaining your body weight while traveling will be a walk in the park with what I show you in this video. So a few things that you can do with your diet when you're on the go to stay lean is gonna be number one, stock up on beef jerky. The average bag of beef jerky has like 35 grams of protein and around 280 calories. And you can find beef jerky pretty much anywhere, and it doesn't have to be refrigerated or stored weirdly or anything like that. You can just throw it in your backpack, you can throw it in the rental car. It keeps you full, it keeps you satisfied. It's low calorie and it's high protein, so it allows you to maintain muscle mass while staying full so you're not overeating. Another thing you can do is you can drink a Fairlife protein shake. So these can also be found almost anywhere. It can definitely be found at most major airports. And these are gonna be anywhere from 26 to 42 grams of protein. They taste good, they're low calorie, they keep you full, and they allow you to maintain muscle mass without gaining fat. Another nutrition hack that you can implement is drinking caffeine. Caffeine is one of the most powerful appetite suppressants in the world. Literally, when you drink caffeine, you start to secrete leptin, which is a hormone that just tells you, I'm full, I'm not hungry. It makes food look less appetizing. The trick here is to make sure that your caffeine sources are low calorie. So no Starbucks milkshakes. Make sure when you're drinking your coffee, it's black. And if you add in flavorings or sweeteners or milk or anything like that, just keep those ingredients controlled. Don't overdo it. Or look for 0-calorie energy drinks like Monsters or Celsius's, or even like a sugar-free Red Bull. Now, I know a lot of people have concerns about the health impacts of these energy drinks, but the reality is that the ingredients in energy drinks that people get all up in a fuss about are in such minimal doses that you literally have to drink like 90 plus energy drinks in a week to even potentially maybe possibly experience some sort of harmful side effect. So the trace amount of ingredients in energy drinks are nothing to be concerned about whatsoever. Just being on your phone and holding your phone up to your head when you're talking to somebody is more harmful than drinking an energy drink. So don't worry about them. Use them if they're there because they'll help you control your appetite. Obviously, keep in mind the time of day that you're consuming these because caffeine does have a long half-life, which means that you're going to feel the effects for hours. So don't drink energy drinks in the afternoon. Drink them in the morning. Because if you drink caffeine late in the day to suppress your appetite, but then you can't sleep, it's gonna shift your hormones in the opposite direction. Now gonna have hormones that tell your body, I'm craving a ton of food, I'm really hungry, and you might experience a hunger spike the next day if you didn't get sleep the night before. Now let's move on. Another thing that you can and absolutely should do when you're on the go is order double protein at restaurants. Restaurant servings of meat in general are gonna be served for the average person, and the average American consumes somewhere between 50 and 80 grams of protein per day. But that's really a bare minimum amount of protein for a human being to be consuming day to day. 50 to 80 grams is basically just enough to keep you alive and make sure that you don't die. But not dying isn't much of a goal to aspire towards. We want to be able to maintain muscle mass, build muscle mass, get leaner, at the very least, maintain our body fat percentage. We don't want to overeat. So the optimal amount of protein to be taking in not the bare minimum, but the optimal amount of protein to be taking in is going to be somewhere between like 0.7 and 1 grams per pound of your body. What that means is if you're between 200 and 300 pounds, you should probably be consuming between 140-ish to 200 plus grams of protein per day, which means you need to be consuming 3 to 4 times the amount of the average person per day. So when you have that opportunity to sit down and eat your protein at a meal when you're out to dinner, definitely order double so that you can stay fuller, you can stay longer, and you can prevent yourself from overeating and gaining fat. Another thing that makes getting in your protein so that you stay full and you don't overeat extremely easy is just packing protein powder for the trip. So you probably have some kind of protein powder at home. If you don't, then definitely get some. What you can do is you can take that protein powder tub and then get a big Ziploc bag and count out how many days you're gonna be traveling for. So let's say you're traveling for 5 days. What I would do is literally take the scoop that's in that tub of protein and scoop out 5 days worth of protein so that you can have at least 1 serving per day. If you want to get really ahead of the game, then scoop out 2 servings for each day, which is going to get you like 50 grams of protein per day. And the cool thing about this is if you just scoop in the servings of protein into the bag that you're going to be using, you can just throw the scoop right in the Ziploc bag and you can seal the Ziploc bag shut and you can get it straight through TSA. It can be checked, it can be on your carry-on. And now all of a sudden you have protein on the go. You're staying full and satiated on the go. You're not overeating. You don't feel the need to have a freaking 800 calorie muffin at breakfast because you have that protein on the go. Now, I would be careful with this if you're traveling with anybody else who's in shape, because if they didn't bring the protein and they know they need to get it in, they're going to be craving your protein like crazy. It's going to be high demand. So I'd keep this a secret if you're traveling with anybody else who wants to stay in shape. Another nutrition tip you can implement is just overstock on water. And yes, I do mean overstock, because when it comes to water, when it comes to hydration does keep you full. It does keep you satiated. So you do want to be staying hydrated throughout the day, every single day. You don't want to find yourself getting thirsty throughout the day, especially on vacation, because there's so many opportunities to overeat. And so I overstock on water. Now, another really easy travel hack that should be doable pretty much anywhere is to eat all of the eggs at breakfast. And of course, I don't literally mean eat all the eggs at breakfast. I mean eat eggs at breakfast. Pretty much any breakfast spot you ever go to, it's the hotel breakfast, is gonna have eggs as an option. And eggs are really high protein. They keep you satiated and they're relatively low calorie. So if you eat eggs for breakfast instead of something like muffins and croissants, you're gonna feel fuller longer. You're not gonna overeat and you're going to be able to maintain your body fat, your body weight while you're traveling. So eat eggs for breakfast. And the last diet hack / nutrition tip that I recommend when you're traveling, when you're on vacation, is don't skip family meals and don't skip family dessert. The reason I say this is because traveling on vacation is supposed to be an opportunity for you to build memories with the people you love, for you to be present with the people you love. And I do not believe that food is just fuel. Food can be an opportunity for you to connect with somebody that you love. Really, really good food enhances your life. It enhances your experience. And although you're exercising discipline and keeping control and not being overindulgent by overeating crappy foods, you still want to be able to be present to enjoy good foods with your family. And it's my belief that if you control what you can control, using all the nutrition tips I just recommended, you will have the opportunity to be able to enjoy dessert with your family without stress. And it's that memory, it's that happiness that you build with your family that's gonna make dieting worth it in the first place. Because the entire reason that you're trying to lose fat, trying to maintain your body fat while you travel, is so that you can show up as a healthier, better version of yourself for your family. And so if you associate eating healthy with not being able to enjoy time with your family, you're gonna be less motivated to eat healthy. Piece of discretion that I think you should use: is this really a high quality piece of food that would enhance my experience or allow me to connect with my family? Or is this just some crappy food that tastes really good? For example, if you're on the road and you're traveling and your family wants to go to McDonald's, you might be better off, and you will be setting a better example for them if you say, hey, you know what, let's not go there. Because yes, it tastes good, but it's crappy and it's gonna make you gain weight. Now compare overeating at McDonald's to maybe having a few extra calories at a 5-star dinner with your wife in Paris, and ask yourself which one of those experiences is actually more meaningful, which one of those experiences actually enhances your life. Being able to enjoy the dessert with your wife in Paris is going to be worth a few extra calories, but eating a Big Mac and scraping for fries at the bottom of a bag is not worth the extra calories. So use that discretion. Make sure the extra calories are worth it. Now, with your diet in check, how do you get your workouts in while traveling? Biggest, easiest tip that I'll give you is to book active excursions. So what that means is, instead of just bumming all day at the Airbnb, munching on Oreos, watching movies, plan hikes with your family. Plan walking around the towns with your family. Plan a bike, rent bikes or something with your family. Even if they're e-bikes, you still kind of have to pedal, right? It's better than not doing anything. The second thing that you can do is look for the gym in your hotel. And yes, generally speaking, they're not going to be as equipped as like a state-of-the-art training facility, but for the most part, they're going to have everything that you need to get in an effective workout and train every major muscle group. Yes, this won't be your normal workout routine, but if you hit every major muscle group and you train intensely, train to failure, you're still going to get an effective workout. Another easy thing you can do is pack resistance bands in your carry-on or in your luggage. Resistance bands can essentially be smushed into a tiny ball. They're super light. They don't add much weight to your carry-on or your luggage whatsoever. You can fully train your body no matter where you're at, whether that's in the hotel room or in the Airbnb. So bring resistance bands and use those for your workouts. And the last thing that you can do is get day passes at gyms. If you're in any kind of major metropolitan area, there's going to be a handful of gyms for you to pick from, and most of these gyms are going to have day passes, or they're going to have week passes, or they're going to have even month passes. And if you get one of these temporary passes at a gym, you're able to stay in your normal workout routine. You're able to do the workouts that are going to increase your metabolism so that it's harder for you to gain weight while you're traveling. So how do I know that all this works? The reason I know that all this works is not just because these are the things that I implement with all the guys who I work with, but these are the things that I myself do when I'm traveling. In early 2023, I went on this 8-day yacht trip in Croatia, and I didn't gain a single pound of body fat because I was implementing these tips throughout the entirety of the trip. Traveling and gaining weight while traveling is one of the most frustrating parts of anybody's journey who is trying to lose weight and keep it off. It sucks when things are going so well for so long when you're in complete control. Then when the routine changes, there's either a mindset shift where you just say, screw it, I'm on vacation. Or even if you want to stay on track, you can't figure out how, and I get it. And that sucks, and that's frustrating. So if you're a guy that wants to learn more about how my team and I will work with you one-on-one and use our default actions framework to help you lose 10 to 30 pounds of fat in 12 weeks, how we'll refund you in full if you get a single pound back, then go to defaultkings.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it valuable, please like, share, and subscribe. And while this video explained how you can stay in shape while traveling, this video right here will go into the 25 habits that are making you fat.